last time we had an NBA topic, I mean, the video got some love. All right, and I don't know if it's because we're in here with JT.
Let's go.
I don't know if it's because Cam wasn't on that basketball pack. I don't know.
Never.
But it was
never.
I mean, we were just talking right before we started, right? We were talking about LaMelo. So Cam said on an earlier episode, he said LaMelo will be a top 5 point, or was it top 4? It was top 4 point guard in what, 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
And to be honest, me and Jordan laughed at him a bit, but it is looking likely. But I do want to say, like, in order for, I feel like, LaMelo to be a top 4 point guard in 5 years, his number should be somewhere around at least 25 plus, which I feel like will be easy for him, especially when he gets more confident, in a shot. It already seems like he's getting there. And then, keep averaging them big rebounds and big number, assists, keep passing, because he's already an elite passer. Let's be real here.
He's up there, but he's got to beat people like, Chris Paul. And that's going to bring us to our first topic. Them Suns.
Them Suns?
Them Suns.
The Suns are 15-9 right now. They've won 4 straight, 7-3 in their last 10. Their score differential is 2.7. They're off to their best start in about, I think it was 20-something years, about two decades. The Texans are playing their best basketball, which I feel like we all knew, like we all predicted this. Like they were 8-0 in the bubble. They already looked like a great team, and then you add Chris Paul in the backcourt. People were saying, is this a top 3 backcourt in the NBA? I'm like, let's not get too ahead now. Let's relax a little bit. But I mean, the Suns look good at basketball, and that's just bringing us to this topic. Like, how legit is this Suns team? Because we got Chris Paul super fan in the building, JT. Although it's James Harden, but sometimes you just can't tell, who he's actually a super fan of. So
Chris Paul is a top 10 point guard though. So I mean, I recognize the greats, but Chris Paul is doing some magic. This man is a magician. He goes to OKC and takes them to the playoffs. Now we're going to the Suns, and best start in 2 decades. Wow. I mean, I think I said over the summer, I said one thing that the Suns need. They need a point guard because Devin Booker is not made to play that point guard position. He's a shooting guard. He's a small forward. That's what he needs to play. Big dude, and he's a shooter. But
who'd they have at point guard before Chris Paul? I feel like I know.
Wasn't it Bledsoe? It was Bledsoe before he went to the Bucks, and then I forgot who it was after that.
How long has Bledsoe been on the Bucks? I feel like he's been.
It's been a couple years, but that's the last point guard I remember of him.
Okay. I mean, yeah. When you look at Chris Paul, you look at the fact that he's averaging 8 assists per game, but I feel like it might go under the radar that he's also dropping 17 points per game. It's looking great. Devin Booker's Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton averaging 14. His rebounds are over 12, and he's averaging over 1 block a game. It's looking great for this team. I still feel like they lack a few pieces to actually be a real threat come playoff time. But I don't know what Cameron wants to say on this. But as of right now, I mean, yeah, I mean, you see a lot of teams that you're like, okay, yeah, this is a regular season team. And I'm looking at this Suns team right now, and I'm like, I feel like they're just a regular season team. I like the fact that they're looking good because, having more dominant teams in the NBA is better for the sport. Like I was talking to Cam on our last video about JJ Watt, and we were saying the problem with the NBA that I feel like makes it less watchable than other sports. Now, don't get me wrong, I love basketball, but I said the problem that makes it less watchable than other sports, at the regular season at least, is the fact that when it gets to the conference finals, I feel like you already know. You have about a 60% chance before the season starts to predict those 4 conference final teams. And I said, look, it doesn't really become watchable till then. And you look at this Phoenix Suns team right now, and I'm sitting here and I'm going to ask you straight up, is this team making it to the conference finals in the West?
Yes. No. Oh, to the finals? Oh, no. Oh,
Conference
no.
Finals.
No. I jumped the gun. Oh, no. Oh,
look,
no. I'm not smoking that back.
This the thing. This the thing about Phoenix.
Oh, no.
Phoenix is probably the reason that everybody thinks that Phoenix is a regular season team, which I think they are too. When is the last time we seen Phoenix in the playoffs?
I mean, they were rebuilding. I mean, if we're being
I mean,
honest.
yeah, but I mean, I can't even remember
Don't forget
a
before the
time
Warriors
watching
became
them.
had that little 4-year dynasty. Don't forget, like they weren't successful at all. They came,
Exactly.
they put themselves on the radar one season and they won the championship that season. Then obviously they won 2 more, but I'm like, I mean, I get what you're saying right there, but I don't feel like it fits this. I don't feel like it fits this argument because I'm like a team could just start dominating out of nowhere, cough Utah. You know what I'm saying?
Cough the Warriors.
Huh?
Cough the Warriors.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's like
But I mean,
really.
But that's the thing. That's the reason why people don't view them as a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at the team, and you're like, oh, they're not gonna make the playoffs. They don't ever do, or they're not gonna go far in the playoffs. They never do.
Okay.
This could be that year, but as of right now, I see them as a regular season team. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it straight.
I mean,
up.
I'm not gonna disagree with you because to be quite honest, I do see them as a regular season team as well. Kind of like, you know, some other teams, but we'll get to that soon. But I think, because in the last video we said Utah was going to be a regular season team. Because obviously we know good and well they're not beating the Lakers in no series of 7. Come on. Mm-hmm. Would they beat the Clippers in a series of 7? I mean, obviously last season they showed us that it's possible.
I don't know, Clippers.
Like,
there's a
Clippers have some
possibility.
moments.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I
100%
like this clip. I feel like the Clippers are a better team this year. I know they lost a lot of pieces, but you know, you eventually you gotta. Eventually, I feel like they'll get things on track. Maybe they had a season of building chemistry. Maybe they'll be better this year. It all
You said
depends
a better
on
team with Kawhi?
Huh?
I said you said a better team with Kawhi, correct?
I said a better team with some chemistry.
With Kawhi though, did we forget what happened when Kawhi sat out? What the Mavs did to them?
Come on, dude. Come on, bro.
You obviously forgot that.
Kawhi ain't gonna be injured in the playoffs. It's Kawhi. We're Terminator. What are you talking about? But
I'm just saying.
He's a robot,
I'm just
man.
letting you know that they're a better team because of Kawhi.
To get on my point, because here's what I want to say. All right, every team's gonna be a regular season team until they prove you wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm not gonna call the Suns a regular season team, and here's why. They went into the bubble, bro, and they dominated, but we didn't get to see them in the playoffs. I have not seen Devin Booker in the playoffs. I don't know if he cracks under pressure. I don't know if he overcomes. They're going to be probably like a middle seed, so they're not going to face the number 1 team. We don't know. Push may come to shove. They might end up making it to the finals depending on what happens. It's got to be who's healthy. It's got to be who are they playing. But
if the season ended right now, they'd be playing the Portland Trailblazers.
I could see them going. I could see them being Portland.
I could see them beating Portland.
But that's the thing though. I mean, you just said we've never seen if Devin Booker could or would not crack under pressure.
Right.
To be fair, they were under pressure in the bubble. I mean, all those teams had a chance to make it to the playoffs. They went 8-0.
They were undefeated in the bubble.
But they didn't make it because other teams won.
Right. But that's not.
But they had a chance. They had a chance.
No,
that's
they didn't.
Why they were
That's
in
not
there.
a good argument. They didn't have a chance. They were undefeated.
Every team in the bubble had a chance to make the playoffs.
They did not have a chance. They were undefeated.
Dimitri, am I wrong? Every team in the bubble.
You're right in
had
a sense,
The
but
only teams
for this argument, you're
that
wrong.
made the bubble were teams that could have still made the playoffs.
Exactly.
But I get what Jordan's saying because they went undefeated and still didn't get a shot at the playoffs. So
Yeah,
I get what Jordan's saying, but I get what Cameron's saying as well.
Yeah,
Like they were under
But I'm
pressure.
saying
They
in this
performed
argument,
under pressure.
that doesn't make sense
But
because they
the only
technically did not.
reason they didn't make it is because the other teams won. That's the only reason they didn't make it.
That's what I'm saying. They technically did not get a chance because they were the only. Weren't they the only undefeated team in the bubble?
Yeah, they were only
Yes.
a undefeated team.
So for that reason, you know what I mean, that they didn't
But
really
I'm
get a
just-
chance.
I'm just saying that they performed under pressure. That was my main whole argument. Is
I
that
guess.
they did perform under pressure. They
That's a good
needed to
point.
win, and they won all 8 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. That was my whole point.
I
there.
mean, yeah, you're right. That's pressure, but it's still not as much pressure as the playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's not.
One thing,
It's not.
one
It's
thing is
nowhere
getting
near
into
it,
the
no.
playoffs,
But-
and then there's another thing getting in the playoffs and actually being in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I don't know if I said
Yeah.
that right at all, but there's
No,
one
no,
thing
you're
of
right.
trying to play to get in the playoffs, and there's one thing of actually playing in the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
I said too much on that last one.
But that is the most pressure that we've seen Devin Booker under so far. To be fair,
I mean, we know
is
for sure
the
Chris
bubble.
Paul's going to do his thing. We've seen it. You know, we know
Oh,
Chris
yeah, he
Paul's
took
going to do his thing. I think
the
the big
Thunder.
question for the Suns is how is Devin Booker going to play? Because obviously,
how is everybody else going to play?
He's the face of that team. He's the face of that team. Well, I mean, it really boils down to Booker, because you look like you were just talking about Kawhi and PG. When it comes down to those two, you talking about them cracking under the pressure. The thing is, can they score under pressure? Because they're guys who need to score the basketball.
You're right.
Paul George
if they don't,
cannot.
Yeah.
Kawhi can, for the most part. Kawhi can. But
Pandemic P.
Devin Booker's a scorer, man. He's an offensive threat. So when you look at Devin Booker, what did he say? What was the joke?
Pandemic P.
Pandemic P.
Oh my God. We gotta make him a character on the podcast, man. You might just have to, I don't know, because we didn't create that, so I don't know.
Pandemic P, back at it again.
Oh my goodness, man.
But when you look at Devin Booker's an offensive threat. He's a scoring threat. He's his job as a scorer. I don't necessarily. I don't know. Devin Booker, when it comes to scoring, man, he's one of the cleanest in the league.
I still
feel like at this point of his career, I feel like he should be way, like, he's averaging 23. Maybe it's the fact that you add more scorers to this team, like more people who can put the ball in the net. But I don't know. At this point of his career, I feel like he should be at 29, 30 points.
I don't know.
He should be one of the top scorers in the league. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Seeing him at just 23 points per game is just kind of like, it's like a little questionable to me, especially in 35 minutes average. Just 23
How many do
points.
you average?
That's
I'm just kidding.
pointless.
I'm trolling.
That's so
I'm trolling. Let it go. Anyways, man, the 23 points per game, man. I don't know. I don't look at that as bad, but all I'm saying is
It's not bad. It's not
anything
bad at all,
that he's
but
doing is nothing new. He's been doing this since he came into the league. The only problem is he's on the Suns. If he doesn't make it this year, does that mean he needs to leave? Yes. If something falls off to where they don't make it past round one, the only excuse for not making it past round one is playing one of the top 4 teams. If they are in the top 4, to me, they don't have an excuse to not move past round one.
I mean,
I expect them to move past round one.
As long as they keep winning, I mean, I'm looking at the teams that's right now in the playoffs. Okay, you got the bottom 4 teams are the Portland Trailblazers, the San Antonio Spurs, the Denver Nuggets, and the Warriors. If I'm the Suns, the only team I don't want to play is, to be honest, out of all those teams, is Denver. I feel like Denver's the biggest threat to them. Denver's averaging the most points per game in the league right now.
For me, it's Golden State.
Well, in their conference.
For me, it's Golden State.
What?
Nah, I would say Denver.
What?
No, you're right. Denver. You're right, Denver. I would still be worried about Golden State, though. I'd be
worried about Steph and Curry, but right now that Warriors team just isn't clicking the way they need to. Curry's really carrying that team on his back right now.
Golly. Take a break.
He's got that team on his back. You know what I'm saying? I love
whole
him. You know
team.
what I'm saying? The whole team.
Team.
I think even if they won yesterday, and it was like a tie game, this man was just hitting crazy threes. I'm like, it's when you got a guy on your team like Curry, and you're like, look, bro, we need a 3. It's great to have somebody like that who can just shoot that 3, and 60% of the time it's gonna go in.
Right. Then you got clowns like Draymond who get the ball in, got 10 seconds left on the clock at half court, decides to shoot
just
it.
lobs it up there.
Team leader,
Oh my
Draymond.
goodness, man.
Team leader.
Yes,
That's
sir.
your team leader.
Team leader.
This is your team leader?
Team leader. So I mean, Jordan never missed a game winner or made a mistake.
I mean, shooting from half court
Oh,
with 10,
did you
15
just
seconds
compare
left in the
Draymond to
game.
Jordan,
That's
bro?
bad.
What
I mean,
the-
I'm comparing another mentor. I'm not comparing.
No, you're
Jordan
comparing
by
the
his legacy.
situation. You're comparing the situation. That situation is different. You telling me that's... Come on, Meech. You don't believe that. You're just saying that... No.
It was a bad play, of course, but I'm like, that doesn't.
That was a
take away the
terrible
fact
play.
that When it comes to when it comes to players that are teaching you the game of basketball, especially someone like James Wiseman, the 2nd overall pick in the draft, that it's not good to have a guy like that in your ear.
I'm just saying you're comparing team
like
leaders,
Draymond's
and I'm
a good
saying for
team.
your team leader that can't shoot threes, shooting from that logo is different than Michael Jordan missing a last game shot, and that's what you compared it to.
I crossed that and I said so Michael Jordan never made a mistake. Would you know that? I don't know. He didn't play during social media, so you might have to pull up some newspapers. Find those.
You're
mistakes,
my
but
age, so
I'm
did you
telling
know that?
I'm telling you that they definitely happen.
I assure you he did not do something like that.
Sure. You ever heard
Trust
of
me, it would be all over.
rookie moments? Come on now.
Wow.
What were we even talking about? The Suns?
Yeah.
Well, this man Jordan.
I'm just saying. I think that they should still be worried about the Warriors. They should still be worried about the Warriors.
I'm not worried about that team in a series of 7, bro. I'm not worried about that team in a series of 7. If Klay Thompson magically comes back, or if they make a trade for a scorer, Bradley Beal, at the trade deadline, I'm not worried about this Warriors team. Especially if I'm the Suns. They got great defense. The only thing they'll have to, they got great interior defense with Ayton. The only thing they'll have to be worried about is perimeter shooting, mid-range shooting. That's it. Because the paint won't be a problem for the Suns.
No.
I think they can make pretty much a light work of this Golden State Warriors team, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Denver, I'm scared of Denver because Denver's got about 2 beast scores. You never know what you're gonna get out of Jamal Murray. Jokic, you know you're going to get a triple dub, probably 30 points out of him. 20, 25, scary sight. Who was it Cameron's MVP favorite right now?
Mm-hmm.
Jokic, man. The joke.
I'll tell you what, you need to be scary about Denver, but I think this team can come back and come into the playoffs, and that is the Mavs.
Mavs. Micheal, you wanted to say something about the Luka situation? You said he said that he was playing bad, but he's not at all. And then you started saying something about the coaching or something.
It's not really even the coaching. I need my man Mark Cuban or whoever's in charge. Get this man some help, please. Okay. Him and Chris, they can't do it alone.
Right, we're worried about not singing the Star Spangled Banner. You need to be worried about getting some players on that team.
You need to be worried about getting another player on this team. Luka's got this team on his back.
Golly.
I told y'all. It's funny because I told y'all. I said, look, man. I said before. What was it? What did I say this before the season? I said, look, if the Mavericks are gonna add another piece to this team, in order to be a true threat, they need to find somebody who is better than Kristaps Porzingis. Do y'all still disagree with that statement?
No, I never disagreed with that.
Y'all still think that's impossible?
I disagree with the possibilities of that happen. But I will say this. With Bradley Beal becoming available, I changed my decision. I do think that's possible. With Bradley Beal about to become available, I think it's a very big possibility that he may go to Memphis.
I mean, well, if Bradley Beal gets his opportunity to pick where he wants to go.
Holy cow. Jesus, nobody was gonna catch that. We was just gonna let me smoke that.
I was just gonna let it slide.
I was just like, well, I know what he meant. So I think that
the Mavs.
I think if Bradley Beal gets an opportunity to pick where he wants to go, he is not going to pick the Mavericks. Now, don't get me wrong; it'd be a great team for him to go to because you got 2 guys who can drop 30 on any night, and then you got Kristaps and Tim Hardaway playing great basketball. But and it's, the crazy thing about the Mavericks is, like, when I tell you about the Nets, right? I say, look, they got this great starting lineup. They got Dinwiddie coming off the bench. Other than that, they've got nothing. It's almost bare for that team. But when I'm looking at the Mavericks, bro, their bench is dominant. Their bench can put up points. They can score. They got 2 starters. They got Tim Hardaway. What?
Can they?
Can they what?
Can they score?
Yes.
Are you sure?
What?
Yeah. They're 8 for 13. They're 8 for 13. I just want to let you know before you go on about talking about their benches can score. They're 8 for 13.
Who's 8 for 13?
8 and 13. I'm sorry. That's their win-loss record. 8 and 13.
The Mavericks?
Yes.
The Mavericks are 12 and 14 right now, sir. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. I am looking at the wrong team.
They've won 3 in a row.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
This man clicked on the Memphis Grizzlies. No, I was kidding.
Holy clown you right now. But I'm not.
They're 12 and 14. You're right. That's my fault. That's my fault. We can edit that
I thought
out.
we were talking about somebody else. I was like, I don't even know what's going on.
We can edit that out. That whole part. Go ahead. We can.
I don't even know about that. But my thing is I think they got a great bench. They got some good defense. But they need another guy who can score 25 plus. Look at all these championship winning teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Recently,
Right.
I mean, you probably say Toronto, but Toronto still had guys dropping. Actually, I don't know. In the playoffs, wasn't Fred VanVleet averaging like 25 a game?
Yeah, that's why he got that contract.
Yeah, and you had Siakam averaging, what, 18, 19, 20, with Kawhi
like
dropping
that, yeah.
26, 27. So it's like,
With Lowry balling out.
when you get to the playoffs, I don't care how many times Luka leads this team to the playoffs, because, like, I'm going to tell you right now, Luka has potential to be the best player in the league, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't know if y'all disagree or not, but I think he does have potential to be the best basketball player in the league.
He was my preseason MVP pick.
Obviously, when LeBron leaves. Till LeBron leaves, it doesn't matter who's the best player. He's winning the chip. It's like, come on, bro. But, and that's even a good example, too. Look at that Lakers team when LeBron first played there. He was the only guy available to drop 25 plus. How did that team do? Not good at all. I don't care who you are. If you don't have weapons on your team that are good enough to win against these top powerhouse teams that you got in the league, the 76ers, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Clippers, you're good luck. Good luck. There's nothing you can do. And until Cuban tells him, like, look, man, we need pieces. They should be on the phone with Washington, but I don't even think Washington wants to trade Bradley Beal. So I honestly think it's pointless. But
I don't think so.
But what more can you do, Luka? Like, you're saying that you're not scoring enough points, or you're not playing your best. You just scored your 32nd career triple-double the other day.
This man's averaging 27.
That man gonna come out there and drop 80 if you keep talking like that.
This man's averaging 27, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and he's just under 1 block a game.
And just under 50%.
I get it, though. I get
on the
it. Your
season.
team's not performing well, so it's smart to put the blame on yourself.
But your stats don't prove it.
Your stats are, it's clear cap. It's clear cap. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is,
it's good leadership, but it's clear. It's clear what the problem is.
It's clear that they just don't have the weapons. I mean, I expected Kristaps to be playing better than he is. I mean, 19 points isn't bad at all for for a center, but he's also averaging 1.6 blocks a game. But still, it's like, hey, bud,
step it up. Step it
up a bit. He's not like
Luka,
I said, he's not playing bad.
Luka, I'm gonna give you the call that I gave LeBron when he was on the Cavs, and the call that I gave James Harden when he was on the Rockets. It's time to go.
Luka from the Mavericks?
Time to go.
Nah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Luka in a Mavericks jersey. I like it.
Luka, if you're staying on the Mavs, get your money. Get out when LeBron is gone.
But bro, you got to think by the time LeBron's gone, you know how many of these teams are going to be in good shape to win now that they no longer have to worry about.
It depends who else retires with LeBron.
With how LeBron's playing right now, Luka and LeBron might retire at the same time. That man, LeBron, is aging fine.
Stop, Cap. Okay.
I mean,
come on, man.
Let's go back a bit, all right? So, let's be real, because obviously Luka's, when he gets an opportunity, he's gonna re-sign with the Mavericks. Come on, like you said, Jordan. What'd you say? These players are trying to get paid right now.
Yeah,
he's gonna do this. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna be getting a super max. So now,
don't do 5 years though.
He's gonna do 5 years. It's gonna be a long-term deal. They're not gonna offer him super max on some 2-year deal. Come on, bro. It's Luka. Come on, bro. Luka, the young goat.
Drake.
What are you talking about?
Bad.
It's Rondo. It's Rondo.
My bad,
we
bro.
do that on X. Rondo. Come on, bro.
You said what?
Rondo. He's talking about. He's saying Drake. I'm like, that's not us. Rondo is though. 2 points, Rondo. The Mavericks are the Mavericks actually a market for free agents? Because I think that's something that we got to look at as well. Like, who's like, it's weird. Saying, look, man, I want to go to the Mavericks.
Because like Dallas is a big market.
I'm like
Dallas is a big market, but like in the NBA, the Mavericks. I mean, personally, me, if I'm a free agent and I could get a deal wherever, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to go to the Mavericks.
Did you just say the Mavericks are a big market?
I said Dallas. I said the city of Dallas is a big market.
No, you said the Mavericks.
Dallas.
The city. I said Dallas is a big market. Dallas is a big market.
In what way, shape, or form?
Are you talking about for a different sport, or
are we talking about basketball? In general.
We're talking about
basketball. I'm talking about general.
But for basketball.
In general, the city of Dallas is a big market, just like the city of Atlanta, city of Los Angeles,
but for
New
basketball,
York, those are big markets. They're big markets.
So
anywhere
somebody's gonna sign
it don't matter
because-
what sport it is. It's a big market.
But for basketball,
But for basketball, if I'm a free agent, I'm not gonna. It's not desirable for me. It is a big market, but I don't. The team doesn't appeal to me.
The only thing
don't
that's
matter.
pulling people to Dallas is the fact that Luka Doncic plays on this team. But to be honest, I don't agree with that statement at all. I don't think Dallas.
I don't at all.
It's a big market city.
I just don't.
If you're talking about it's a big city, I got that. I got that.
Financial size, it's a big market city.
Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
For basketball?
There's a team there, isn't there?
Oh my god, that isn't.
Financial size. This is a big. It's a big
Cam's back
market.
to smoking
we could say the
pack.
same about Vegas, but there's no team there. And Vegas is what, city-wise, possibly the biggest market in America. I mean, it's just this argument's pointless, to be honest. I don't
really. The biggest market for a city is probably Los Angeles and New York.
I mean, that's just like saying Florida has a good market because Disney. You know what I mean? It's just
Florida.
it doesn't make sense.
Florida
is that
has
bringing free agents?
Florida.
Are free agents going to play for the Magic so they can go to Disney World? Or
That's what I'm saying. It just it doesn't make sense.
Probably go to
I just
doesn't make
spent
sense.
years in Orlando.
They probably go to
It's not
Miami.
that impressive.
It doesn't
They
make
probably
sense.
go to Miami. They probably go to Miami.
Oh, what?
But I know y'all talk about Orlando. There's a whole nother team in there. Like, bro, y'all are bugging, bro. Y'all obviously don't know what
Nah,
big
because
market
you said
is.
Dallas is a big market for
The
free
city of
agents.
Dallas
But we're
is a big market.
Which the thing is, it's like we're talking about basketball. I don't.
All right, whatever, man. Just skip it, man. Because the city, it is a big market.
you're smoking that pack.
But skip it, bro. Come on, move on, bro. I'm tired of this big market conversation. Let's move on.
Back alert. I'm just playing.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm gonna answer.
New York is
I'm
a
gonna
big
answer
market,
yours.
but not a lot of people are trying to go to New
but
York.
like, no one's trying to go to New York.
Exactly. I said that Dallas isn't a desirable team for me. But it is a big market. Just like you said with New York.
So, like, to be
what
honest,
is the
only
problem?
To be
All right,
honest,
whatever.
the only reason
Move
I
on,
want to
bro.
go to Dallas is to play with Luka. I mean, I'm not interested in anything else.
If I go to Dallas, it's for another sport. It's not for basketball.
What sport? I hope you don't say football.
The Cowboys trash.
All right, man. Next part. So what we're saying,
is their
bro?
soccer team good?
I think
don't even
so.
know their soccer
They got one.
Golly,
Anyways,
We are complete. All right, what you trying
gosh,
to say?
Cam's always saying stuff that just creates silence.
you said. Oh, what? I didn't even say anything.
Wait, just listen.
Oh my goodness.
Amen, hallelujah. Thank you for that moment of silence for Cameron's comments.
Oh my goodness, whatever.
I think.
Anyway.
What do you? I mean, what do y'all say? What were you saying completely about this Luka situation? Like this whole Dallas situation, Cameron. Like, what's your whole thoughts on this?
My thought is, go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
I think y'all are right. They need another piece, and like you said, Demetri, they need a person that's better than Kristaps. Bradley Beal would be the first person I would look at, but I mean, I don't know how you could get him there.
Right.
But it's desirable.
It's a big
if I'm
market.
Dallas, I
That's
would
why.
want Bradley. I would want Bradley Beal.
Because it's a big market. That's why Bradley will go there. I agree with
Come on,
I agree
bro.
with Meech that I agree with Meech as in what is Meech is saying. They need a better player. But the question is, are they going to get it? Luka, it's time to go. It's time to pack up your stuff and leave, Luka, because we got a championship to win. We'll take you in Brooklyn.
There's just no. Come on. Does Brooklyn have enough money to offer this man? You think he's gonna take a pay cut? He's gonna lose out on a
Not to
super
play
max?
with. We'll trade Kyrie for Luka Doncic.
I wouldn't accept that trade. I
What?
wouldn't accept that.
I'll
trade.
take it.
Oh,
Bro,
you
that
talking about
trade
if
not
you're
even-
Dallas? If you're Dallas,
Nah, if I'm Brooklyn,
if
you
Brooklyn
guys
offers
have
me
Kyrie.
Brooklyn,
Nah.
If Dallas offers me that, I'll take it.
I'll
But
take
if I'm the Dallas, hey, I'm not trading Luka. You've lost your mind. Come on, dude. Luka's a top
I'm
5
saying if
player,
I'm
I
Brooklyn.
think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's definitely not playing bad. Like I said, Luka's a top 5 player, man. He's definitely in the MVP rating. And I saw people were saying that he said he's not a MVP favorite right now. He doesn't think he should be. I'm like, Luka, you stop.
You balling.
Please.
You balling.
You're balling. You're playing some of the best basketball in the league. You've been doing that for about 3 seasons now. Please stop.
All I'm saying is, if Luka is saying right now, because I'm not ever going to tell somebody that they shouldn't think that they should play better. If Luka is saying that he is not playing as well right now, watch out.
Exactly.
Watch out, because when he finds himself,
that's why I said that earlier. I was like, you better watch out. That boy can go out there and draw 80,
watch
bro.
out.
You
If
better
this is
watch
you
out.
not playing good, I'm ready.
But
I
I
am ready to see what it looks like when you're ready to play your hardest. You go ahead. If this, golly, let's go.
Okay,
Let's go, Luka. Let's go.
Dort on him harder, bro.
But you know what it is.
As long as if Dort's clamping, I ain't worried about Luka. Come on.
Wow.
Dort, come on, man. I'm just kidding.
But you know what it is, guys. It's the end of the week, so you know we got to drop that top 10 power rankings.
We haven't
and
dropped
today
power rankings in like a month and a half.
We haven't dropped them since the preseason.
It is JT giving his power rankings. I'm going to start at the bottom.
Wait,
you
what's
ready?
those honorable mentions? Who's those honorable mentions first?
Honorable mentions.
Start with some shakes, you know?
I'll be honest. My honorable mention is kind of like trash. But it's mostly because he's doing everything that he can. So the first one I am going to give my honorable mention to is the Golden State Warriors. But specifically, I'm giving it to Steph Curry. I'm specifically giving the honorable mention to Steph Curry and not the Warriors. He's doing everything that he can to keep those guys close to being to the playoffs.
That's our player of the week, isn't it? Steph Curry. He's balling out.
That is the player of the week. That's the player of the week.
Against Orlando, their last game, 40 points, 4 steals, 8 rebounds.
But I'm going to give him the honorable mention. I'm going to give him the honorable mention. And the second honorable mention is going to be the Houston Rockets. Because even though they lost their star player, you know, I got to pay some respects to the old retired favorite team.
11-14 Houston Rockets.
Even though they lost their star player, okay, they're still doing decent. Okay, they're doing decent. All right?
4 losses
I would put them in
row.
the top 15. I would put them in the top 15.
All right,
I would put them in the top 15.
Number 10.
Well, let's start at number 10. Okay, are y'all ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Let's get it.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, the first one I got is the Celtics at number 10.
10.
At 10. 13-11. 10-6 in the conference. They're 4th in the Eastern Conference. Is that too low? What do we think? It's too low?
I'm not going to disagree, but I'm not going to agree with it either. I feel like the Celtics are missing something, man. They're a lot more dominant than this usually.
But that's why they're at number 10 for me.
I agree with you, Jordan.
But that's why
I'm
giving my reason why I don't disagree or agree.
I got you. No, I got you.
But it does feel like they're missing something, man. This Celtics team they're missing their identity. Remember on my my first 2 weekend power rankings, I didn't have them in the top 10 because at the beginning of the season they looked horrible, and then they actually got good, and it seems like now they've started to sink again. Need Jaylen Brown, need Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker's still on that team. We need them guys to get going. Let's go. Let's get going. Let's get that energy pumped.
Who you got at number 9, Jordan?
Number 9, I could have switched these guys with the Celtics, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are 5th in the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
They are doing pretty nice for that ugly team that they have, okay?
They're doing the Pacers. They always play good in the regular season.
They are doing their best to fight.
Yeah, when we say regular season team, that's one of the teams we were talking about.
That is one of the teams, but also because my boy is on there. I followed him ever since he played in high school. It's Cassius Stanley. So that team is what? We got some comments.
I said. I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all ready for what is it? Number 8.
Number 8, yeah.
Yep.
Number 8. You guys might think this is a little too low, but I'm gonna give it to the Bucks. It's dead silent. It kind of scares me.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
It kind of scares me. They're second in the East.
I'm walking.
They're second in the East, but you gotta listen to my other ones.
All right, Jordan,
they're doing it. It's a great season. Okay, remember, guys, this is a top 10 of the whole league. It's not just of the Eastern or the Western. Okay, but I mean, they're great, man. Absolutely phenomenal. At least they're not in my honorable mention, or I really would have been clowned. But 16-9, second in the Eastern Conference, all right? I mean, Giannis is as Giannis does. Am I right?
I'm just going to tell you right now, there are not 7 teams right now in the NBA better than the Bucks. I'm talking about the highest points per game in the league, the highest points differential in the league.
I mean, I didn't do this off of because, like, I mean, their record is absolutely amazing. But, I mean, they're in the East. You know what I mean? They're in the East. I'm putting these against teams that if I had to put them against teams in the West, who would win? And I'll tell you one team that would beat them in a 7-game series, and that's the Nuggets. Huh? You don't believe it?
Hey, look, I'm not gonna call it on anything. Because Dimitri looks pretty like he wants to say something, so I'm gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna.
You don't think the Nuggets would beat them in a 7-game series?
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
If these two teams are healthy when they play each other, bro,
you think the Bucks take it?
No.
I mean, either or could happen, bro. The Bucks could be you never know, man. The Bucks are either a dominant team or they're just kind of like a mediocre team like we saw against the Heat last season. But my whole point is having them I just got to see these teams you put over. Because from this point on, I feel like it's just pack alert.
Who's next? So I put the Nuggets, and then at number 6, I have, I mean, I hope I don't get trolled for this one. I feel like this should be.
You got 7.
No.
At 7, he had Nuggets.
At the Nuggets. Number 6, I have the Phoenix Suns. Quiet part 2.
How you feel about that?
Why you keep asking me? Why don't you say something?
Because I'm not disagreeing with it.
You don't disagree with it, Cam? Cam, you agree with it?
Look,
I'm not really disagreeing with any of these.
I don't have a problem with the Suns being here. I just think I don't know, man. At this point in the season, I'm not putting them over the Bucks. They're averaging 110 points per game, bro. It's winning. Don't get me wrong. They're winning. The Bucks, offensive wise,
but I thought it wasn't all about stats.
Defense is what? What are you talking about?
Didn't Cameron say that? It's not all about just stats?
When we're comparing two teams.
Are we talking about trophies? We're talking about trophies or are we talking about teams? Wait, I don't understand when I say that.
Did you just blank out for the last 30 seconds, Cam?
I didn't say. I just said, listen.
I heard him say something about points per game, and then you said all about stats.
Offensive wise, right now, I don't know. Right now in the 7-game series, bro, I'm taking the Bucks. The Bucks at 8 is what's got me going. Kind of crazy right now. That's what's got me going.
Okay, well, don't just focus on that. We got other teams to go.
But every time you say a team, it's pretty much like, yo, this team's better than the Bucks. So I got no choice.
Well, I think this team is better than the Bucks. I think they can definitely beat them in a 7-game series, and that's my next pick, which is the Brooklyn Nets. You know they're gonna do their thing. They're gonna get them rings. Okay, let me stop. But they got my boy James, Kevin. They got my boy James, Kevin, and then they also got Kyrie. But we're going to go after Luka Doncic in a few seconds.
Bro, chill, bro.
Stop with this Kyrie disrespect.
I did see Harden was averaging 11 assists. Like to see that. I like to see that, honestly.
It's because I got somebody to get assists from. That's what it is.
I like to see
Harden
that.
been averaging 11 assists. Come on, bro.
It's been a good minute. Yeah.
But like, you know, he on a team. He on a good team now, so you know. I mean, he keeping the stats, so I like to see it. I like to see that consistency,
that should make
even
it
with the
easier
team change.
KD and Kyrie over there.
Like to see it. Like to
Love
see
to see
it.
it though.
Love to see it.
Okay.
Anyway,
What we got for it, man?
At number 4.
Was that 6 or 5?
Bucks at 8.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's fine.
At number 4, we can never ignore this team, mostly because I put them in my honorable mentions at the first time, and I feel so bad every time. I feel so wrong, and that's the 76ers. The 76ers are a monster of a team. Who would have known?
For them, who would have known? Shoot, I did. What are you talking about?
Wait, listen. Who would have known that Seth Curry would have made such a big difference on the court? Just being on the court. I personally said over the summer they needed to add a shooter. I personally did not believe that, adding Seth Curry and Green would do such a big difference. But it has done a complete difference, and I apologize. I was 100% wrong when I put them as my honorable mention, and it was disrespectful.
Cameron, it's your turn now.
What you want me to comment on this?
I want you to look, man. Look, I
said
this off season. Look, I said this off season. I said, look, man. The problem with the 76ers is that they didn't have shooters on this team.
That's what I said.
Defense. They've been had the
That's
defense.
what I said.
Now they've added about 4 shooters on this team in the offseason. I knew this team was going to be a threat. Now, don't get me wrong. They've been struggling recently. Well, not even recently. When they play teams with a 500 or higher, they're 4-4. So that's scary. So I don't disagree with the 76ers being here. I am kind of curious as to what 3 teams are about to be that you're about to put. Oh, I mean, it's quite obvious. They're all in the Western Conference. I knew I just predicted that. But, like, I think right now, the biggest controversy I'd put in this is the 76ers not better than the Clippers? Because obviously the Clippers are either next or 2, you know what I'm saying? But I think right now I'm taking. Ooh, I don't know. I think.
Now wait. Can I finish my rankings?
I mean, you're right, but I'm just
because the Clippers aren't next.
Because that's pretty
the
much
Clippers
really
aren't next.
That's one of the only.
But the Clippers aren't next. You got to give it to the Jazz. The Jazz at 3. Why is it quiet? We don't want the Jazz at 3. We don't like that. What, Cam? You making a face? Nothing. That's cool. Jazz at 3. That's what I say. You don't think so?
That disrespect is thick. I mean, look, it's power rankings. You're right, and we did. What did we say about Utah last week? I'm not against. I'm not putting Jazz in the top 2. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm personally not doing it. I'm not putting them over the Lakers. I'm not putting them over the Clippers. I'm not going to do it. I don't expect you to do that, but the Clippers at 2 right now, oh my goodness. I mean, all right, man.
I'd probably personally put the Jazz over the Clippers, but
what?
I'm just
Come
saying.
on. All right, Cameron, relax.
Come on,
buddy.
man.
Relax.
Come on, man.
Relax, man. I don't know about that.
Come on, man.
I mean, but
just saying.
I mean, that's what you would expect.
I mean, stat-wise, I get that.
They're number one in the West. When it comes to the record, you have to. It's not even really.
You have to.
You're right.
They got 20 wins. They're one of the only teams.
They're second in points per game allowed. I mean, Rudy Gobert's doing his thing. He got paid, and look, Shaq dissed him, and he's been shooting ever since. You got
that
Donovan
man was
Mitchell.
10th in MVP.
No, that's what happened. He was the first person to get COVID. He got superpowers. That's what it was.
Gave that man superpowers. This man went from shutting down the NBA to
shutting down the NBA.
To shutting down the NBA, like literally. I think this team right now, so when we're looking at the stats, they match the Lakers pretty well. But don't get me wrong, the Lakers in 4. Next question.
Lakers in 3. Hey, so I mean the next 2 are obvious: Clippers and then the Lakers.
Okay. Hey, I do want to. What made you put the Clippers at 2 over the Jazz?
What made you put the Bucks at 8?
Here's the answer to Cameron's question. Here's the answer to Cameron's question.
Okay.
Clippers versus Jazz. Who do you take?
I mean, I'd probably take the Jazz right now.
No.
Today. I take
You
the
don't
Jazz.
believe it.
I take the Jazz today. If it was like a regular season game, yeah. I mean, playoffs, I'd probably take Clippers.
I'd say in a regular season game, they take them.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, I can see why you could put them there. I mean, it's really a toss-up. I mean, obviously, Lakers at number 1. Lakers in
This one, I'm not going to lie, though. This one, I did have to think because my power rankings are always biased. I go off of who do I think could beat who. I do go off that. I don't go off of just primarily stats. That's why it's a person's power rankings. But respectfully, the Utah Jazz should be at number 1. I'm just not gonna put them at number 1.
Not really.
No. Technically,
the
they should.
The Lakers are half a game behind.
Well, if you're half a game behind, then they're technically number one.
That makes no sense in the simplest form.
I'm confused. Why does that not make sense?
Power rankings aren't by record.
All right.
So you're right.
Clippers.
You're right.
So the Clippers. Now I take it back. Clippers.
Okay.
I take it back.
All right.
I mean, I said technically. Technically, that is a technical aspect of if these weren't power rankings. But it's power rankings. So therefore, the Utah Jazz are not going to be at number one on my list. To answer your question about Milwaukee Bucks, any team above that, above the Bucks, can beat that team in 7.
Stop.
Your Bucks are trash.
I can respect that. Respect that.
Your Bucks are trash.
Stop.
I can respect
Your
that.
Bucks are trash. I'm going to say it again for you so you can hear me. No. He can respect that the Bucks are trash. Your Bucks. Because I don't know what Bucks you're thinking of.
The Bucks I'm thinking of are averaging the most points per game. They're 8-0 in their division. They have Giannis.
What division? What division?
What do you mean? What division?
Name the division. Name the division.
The Central Division.
Okay, that's my point. 8-0 in the Central Division.
I mean, bro, it doesn't. Bro, I mean, look, 8. No. Every team right now above the Bucks can beat them in a seven game series.
Yep.
Nuggets, Suns, Nets, 76ers, Jazz, Clippers, and Lakers.
Yep.
All right.
Your Bucks thrive off of one person. Yep, one person and one person only.
Say that one more time.
Your Bucks thrive off of one person and one person only. If that person leads, there's nobody else to take up.
Say they don't thrive off Chris Middleton averaging 20 points per game. They don't thrive off of Drew Holiday.
I think he's nothing without. I don't think that's enough.
Averaging
I don't think that's enough.
Almost 17 points per game.
I don't think that's enough if Giannis leaves. We saw that last year. I don't think it's enough.
But Giannis is there.
Yeah, but
Brook Lopez, 1.4 blocks a game.
It's power rankings. It's power rankings. Cameron, what do you have to say on this?
I mean, look.
Second
I already told you how
best record in the Eastern Conference.
I mean, y'all both got points
per game. Averaging the most points per game.
Your
Chris
opinion is biased. You know what I mean? Yeah,
whose opinion is biased?
Yours. You want Giannis to win the MVP, but I mean,
no,
you know what I
mean? What are you talking about? When did I say Giannis should have won MVP? I'm not even a Bucks fan.
I'm talking about because our argument last week when you said that.
I'm not even a Bucks fan. I go for the.
I know. I'm trolling because last week you said that
the Bucks winning or anything.
I know. I'm trolling as I stated because you said that. You said last week that LeBron deserved only 16 points. So you're right. But it's cool.
I said there was nothing
it's cool.
wrong
You
with
must be tired. Your legs must hurt. Because I'm telling you, the Bucks is your Bucks are trash. Your Bucks are trash.
Bro, you're saying your Bucks are trash. You're like punching a brick wall right now, bro. I'm telling you that doesn't affect me at all.
They can't beat those teams above them. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
They may have a chance, but I would take the other teams over the Bucks.
All right.
What do you think, Cam?
I'm not gonna say I 100% agree with your list, but I do agree with it. I'm not gonna cap. I do agree with your list. I agree with it, 100%. Not 100%, like I just said, not 100%, but I agree with it. I do. I feel like you put the teams how I probably would have put them. If the team in front of them can take them out.
So I don't know how you don't 100% agree with me. So
because I mean it's the Jazz. Like I agree with the way you did it, but I'd probably change the Jazz from Clippers.
Okay.
Personally,
you would put the Jazz over the Clippers?
Yeah.
What about you, Micheal?
He'd move Milwaukee.
I mean, as of right now, you got to put the Jazz. You got to put the Jazz higher. I mean, even the Nets, bro, at 5. I mean, I'm putting the Clippers. The Clippers would have to miss my top 5, bro.
Whoa.
Clippers are missing my top 5, bro. You got the Nets averaging the most points. Remember, bro, with the Nets just having Kyrie, they were like 5-5, 5-6. They weren't, bro. What's their record since they've gotten Harden on this team? That's something you got to take an aspect. They're averaging the most points per game right now. Yes, their defense is bad, but I got to put the Nets in my top 4, bro. The 76ers, they got to be.
I ain't gonna be mad over that. But I ain't gonna be mad over that. I'm not gonna be mad over you.
Hey, look, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next Friday in the power rankings. I think it's my turn. It's my turn to do power rankings, isn't it? Next Friday.
It's my
No,
turn.
you're banned.
Oh,
you're banned from doing the power rankings.
It's my turn.
I'm banned from it. That's fine. That's fine.
It's actually
I'll
Cameron's
take it.
turn.
He
He's
did.
banned.
It is
No,
my-
it's
I
just
think it is my
turn
turn.
because it's
I think it is.
Jordan.
Nah,
it's
because he
Jordan,
smokes packs.
me and then Cameron and then Jordan.
Nah, because Cameron did it first. You did it last time.
No, I
I haven't done it. I haven't done it once.
Cameron did it
I
last
haven't
time.
done it once. I didn't done it once.
I did it. Cameron did it. You haven't done.
Everybody
power
has
rankings?
only done it once.
haven't
Whatever,
done it
man.
once.
We'll talk about this
Oh,
when
I
we get
guess so
off.
then.
When we get off
so.
off
Yeah,
the
we just
recording.
We just got off stupid topic then.
Golly.
Oh
hell
my
just happened?
goodness. Anyways, look, we'll have another NBA one about midway through the week next week, right? That's when we're planning to do it. Talking
The
about
next
player
power rankings.
relations.
But yeah, I
So,
think
next
Monday,
power rankings the next
Tuesday.
Friday or Saturday. Whenever we post this one, it's gonna be a whole week after. It's gonna have a week recap and the power rankings. But midway through the week, we're planning on dropping more NBA content, and we're just gonna talk about how the league's shifting out through that week, like midway through it. We're gonna talk about who's going off, update on some MVP rankings, just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
We're
forget,
trying to-
Jordan's up on that problem with. I don't know.
Oh,
who
yeah,
he wants
Jordan-
to do. Or who
Jordan's
he's
up.
gonna do.
Hey, look,
Hey, let me tell you
I'll give him a
subscribers
suggestion
something,
whenever
man.
we
Let me tell you
get out
something.
of here.
Let me tell you something, subscribers. All right, we're looking for 100 subscribers. Okay, we're trying to start getting some subscribers on the podcast itself to come in here and share your views. I mean, this is what's up, guys. It's gonna be a big 100 subscriber video, and I know it's only 100 subscribers, but we gotta get there because once we get there, we're gonna be
It's a
able to
goal.
let go. All right, so let's go.
Oh, come on, man. Oh,
Y'all
sorry.
done?
That joke,
Y'all
man.
done?
I guess
Come
we'll.
on, man.
I guess we'll end on
You
that.
wasn't hyped during that? Come on, man. It's a milestone, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's
Come
100
on, man.
subscribers. dude.
Hey, 80 subs, we announced the giveaway. 80 subs, we announced the giveaway. 100, we announced the people who are getting the giveaway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, 80 subs, we're going to announce it. 100, we're going to announce the people. We just waiting for that 80 subs. So hurry up and get us there, and y'all gonna figure out what y'all can win. But hey, it's been the Kid and Kam Table Talk with JT. in
Let's
the building
go.
on the NBA. We're going to have another one out, like I said, midway through next week. It's been your boys. Peace.
See you.